Growing up back home in Nigeria, I remember seeing children doing adult hairstyles. I was actually one of those kids. From a young age, there was almost an expectation for young children, especially girls, to be beautiful and pretty. And when it came to hair, straight was the gold standard. The longer, the better. It didn't really matter if the child endured some pain. Beauty, they said, is pain. The pain and suffering were all a means to a justified, beautiful end. So perms were in, natural hair was out. Now that research has come out showing some of the harmful effects of relaxer use on children, even adults, I want to believe that parents and caregivers will do better. But it goes beyond just quitting certain products. It is about understanding our natural crown. It is about learning what works best for our tresses. And it is also about being proud of our hair in all its natural glory. So, get out your writing materials and do have an open mind. Be ready for some of your notions, experiences, and even expert advice to be challenged. And like I always say, it is a two-way conversation. So don't just listen and move. Reach out to us and let us know your views. Let's have your feedback and suggestions. We are a community. Hello everyone, I'm Ganiyat Salami, the host of Unraveling the Knots. If you're new here, I work as a project manager, but I'm also super passionate about natural hair. I'm hoping that I can share that passion through this podcast. And I'm proud to say that our past episodes have touched on different issues in natural hair care, from products to nutrition, to hair inspiration, to styling choices, to even my personal journey. For today's episode, it's all about caring for your child's natural hair. My number one piece of advice is to teach your child to love their hair. Their glorious, natural, Afro-textured, curly, kinky, 4C hair. You can't really love what you don't fully understand or accept. So you must teach your child about their hair. Show them pictures and play videos for them. Let them hear and see themselves on the screen. Whether it is cartoons, or films, or TV shows. Where possible, get toys that have our natural hair. Let them get used to seeing natural hair as a type of hair. The same way straight hair is a type of hair. Show them the versatility of natural hair. And make sure you give their hair all the attention and TLC it deserves. So how do you do that? Moisturize your child's natural hair frequently. Just like your body needs water, your child's hair needs moisture. Moisture, moisture, moisture. It can be spraying water from a spritz bottle or using water-based moisturizers as needed. Don't wait till the hair is all dry and breaking before you incorporate this into the hair care regimen. It is never too early to start doing the right things. Invest in satin or silk bonnets or pillowcases. Natural hair and cotton do not go together. Why? Cotton dehydrates your child's natural hair, leaving it brittle and dry and prone to breakage. Satin, on the other hand, helps maintain their hair's moisture and prevents friction and frizz. Let's go a step further. Invest in satin-lined hair accessories such as hats and beanies for the cold wintry months. Importantly, choose products that are gentle on your child's natural hair. There's a reason that products are specifically designed for children with natural hair. The reason? They are more gentle and specifically formulated to care for delicate hair, textures, and scalps. So, shop for your children's products in a children's aisle. Let's talk specifics now. What are some ingredients we should avoid in products for our children's hair? Sulfates, parabens, petroleum jellies, and mineral oils. Sulfates used in soaps and shampoos strip the hair of its natural oils, making it dry and brittle. We don't want that. The goal is to introduce and retain moisture in the hair, not take it away. Parabens. Parabens can cause several problems for your child's hair, including drying, irritating their scalp, fading their color, and even hair loss. Petroleum jellies and mineral oils clog the pores of your child's scalp, which can result in itching and flaking. Also, applying mineral oil to your child's hair may reduce the amount of water their hair absorbs, resulting in dryness and breakage. Having the right products is not enough. If they're not complemented with the right hair care tools, a wide tooth comb is a must-have. They're not just great for styling your child's natural hair, but also good for detangling without tears. For brushes, opt for the soft ones that are easy to use when their hair is wet. Try cloth-wrapped hair ties instead of always using rubber bands. Rubber bands can cause breakage when tying and untying. I already mentioned the spray bottle, as it's always good to have one, as it comes in handy when moisturizing and styling your child's natural hair. And speaking of styling, also make sure you have bobby pins and hair clips to make the process easier. Detangle your child's natural hair regularly. As natural hair grows, it knots and tangles more. This then makes detangling harder and more painful. Remember that we're not doing beauty is pain here. We don't want children to equate caring for their natural hair with stress, pain, and hassles. So, that is why you can't afford for your child to wear a hairstyle for weeks and months on end. Hair left unwashed and not detangled for periods gets more hair length, which takes long and is stubbornly difficult to remove. So, aim to detangle their hair every 2 weeks using the right tools and products. Wash your child's natural hair every 2 weeks. Not every day, please. Your child's natural hair needs to retain moisture, not for it to be stripped daily. You want to cleanse their hair of impurities, dirt, and hair lint every 2 weeks. And if your child becomes more active in school, doing activities like sports, you might need to wash their hair more often. Let your child's natural hair breathe. In simple terms, take breaks between washing and styling your child's natural hair. Your child's scalp needs gentle care. This means giving it some room to breathe in between handling it. So, this means their hair doesn't always have to be styled. Sometimes, just leave it alone to be. Don't make the mistake of removing plaits and immediately plaiting again. It puts a strain on the hair follicles, making the scalp very tender, which may result in inflammation and bumps on the scalp from pulling the hair. Alternate your child's hairstyles. Plaits are very common with children, but remember their scalp is still delicate, so it can't withstand plaits back to back. You want to mix and match hairstyles that involve low or no manipulation to protect their tender scalps and hair. Stay away from thin plaits as they put excessive tension on your child's tender scalp and may result in damaged hair follicles, thinning hair, and poor hair growth. There are many child-appropriate hairstyles to choose from. Also, don't let your child wear a hairstyle for too long. I know we're all busy and we want value for our money, but it should not be at the cost of your child's scalp health. Don't add extensions or use wool for braiding. This is a hard one. It seems like everyone is using extensions, or as we say back home in Nigeria, attachment or attach for short. Many children want to have long braids. They want to look like some of the other children they see. But there is a huge price to pay. Did you know that there is an alarming increase in traction alopecia, which is hair loss from long-term hair pulling, in children from the use of extensions? This is rather tragic. Extensions put weight and strain on your child's tender scalp. It is advisable to only plait their hair. Wool, too, is a no-no. Wool can absorb up to 30% of its weight in water and still feel dry to the touch. As wool absorbs water molecules, it pulls moisture away from the hair, leaving it dry and prone to breakage. We don't want that. Trim your child's natural hair regularly. Split ends and single strand knots are bad for anyone's hair. In my personal opinion, they are the enemies of progress for natural hair growth. Why? They increase breakage and make detangling more difficult. And this can be painful for your child. So do regular trims. Get your child involved. As your child grows older, let them have a say. Encourage them to ask questions, and when they do, listen attentively and answer them truthfully. Empower them by allowing them to choose some of their hairstyles. If you disagree, let them see why. Also teach them good hair practices. This includes eating a healthy diet and staying hydrated. And the biggest one, where possible, lead by example. Children tend to do what you do, not what you tell them to do. I really hope you found this information useful. I believe the more informed we are, the better our choices can be. Ignorance is not bliss. Like I said before, it is a two-way conversation. So keep your questions, suggestions, feedback, and shout-outs coming. Send an email to utkinhair@gmail.com. Our DM is open. Our IG handle is unraveling_the_knots. Unraveling is spelled UNRAVELING. Unraveling the knots. If you already haven't, please rate Unraveling the Knots wherever you listen to your podcasts. And don't forget to forward it to someone who will benefit from it. Thanks. This episode was produced by Isabella Adediji. Till next time, it's me, Ganiyat, your host, signing out. Goodbye.